Name is Mongezi Sotsaka. I'm from Paris in the Free State. I'm an electrical engineer by qualification. I'm based in Richards Bay, work at the largest smelter in the Southern Hemisphere. And yeah, I'm a devout student of the principles of success. I love reading, love asking questions from people who I think are successful. And what people don't know about me is that I'm a published researcher. Yeah, so fresh out of varsity, I published a paper. So my property experience, yeah, these are the scars that make the man. So I've got two cash flow negative properties. It's a one bedroom, one bath, bought for around 538 in 2016. So yes, you can see there my scars painted in red for everyone to see. The second property is a two bed, one bath, bought for about 570, also negative cash flowing, and that's about 1.7. That's negative cash flow. Then I've got my residential property, which is a three bed, two bath, which I bought in 2019. Then 2021, I tried my hand at flipping. It's quite a journey. So yeah, that's how the house looked like. Quite derelict when I bought it. Purchased it for 200,000 rand cash, and then put in about 370 for renovations and buying costs. Sold it for 670, made a profit about 50,000 rand. Not a great ROI, but I'll take the badge still. So yeah, 8.7 ROI, very good learning. And yeah, there's some of the pictures once we were done with it, painted on the outside. That's how it looked like when we got it. There was barely any roof actually. So yeah, did a lot. Did the roof, did the rooms, everything. And then yeah, this is how it looked like when we're almost done with it. Nice, simple, nothing over the top. So the type of investor I am, what property am I? What why property for me? As I said, you can choose your returns up front. You can also use your properties as a bank, you're refinancing it. It also brings in cash flow, or if you buy right and then you use that after 3 months, you go to the bank, you approach again for your next deal. So that's why I like property. The strategy, like multi-let, particularly student accommodation, that solves my long-term security and financial independence goals. And then I've got the flipping side, which I also like, and that caters to my immediate needs. You've got a girlfriend, you want to also go shopping, you want to go to holidays and all of that. That's where the flipping helps. It's the cash up front, 10,000 here, everyone is happy. So yeah, that's why I like that. The areas that I'm investing in is Richards Bay, it's Pietermaritzburg and Durban. So yeah, those are the places that I've invested. And why? It's because they're close to me. So there's my lovely girlfriend, and that's me in the middle there, and then Lawrence. I must say, that book that I'm holding in my hands, one of the most informative books that I've actually come across in terms of property. Every step of a deal is in there. The OTP tips, the numbers, everything is there. So if you really want to know the how, that's there. So yeah, so my journey before 2021 and before I met Lawrence, yeah, I was buying cash flow negative properties, as you saw. And I thought, look, any property is an asset. That's where I was coming from. That's how I was taught. Have a property in 20 years or 15 years, it will pay you off and so on. But it's not actually the way we should be doing property. And where am I now? Yeah, so I'm about to close on my first cash flow positive property in Durban, which I'll show you about. And yeah, I'm more knowledgeable, more confident. Yeah, so the good place to be. Good place to be. So that's the property. It's an 11-bedroom house in Musgrave. That's the main house that we're seeing there. And then it's got a granny flat that can accommodate about two people. For now, I'm going to be using it for my caretaker, but it can accommodate 11 people. It's got two bathrooms, and you can see it's nicely done up. A table, a bed, a fan, a cupboard. Meets
Was
all
the
the needs for the
furniture
student.
included in the sale, Mongezi?
The beds and the cupboards, yes, and the fans,
Okay,
and then negotiating the appliances for them. Yeah.
nice.
Okay. So yeah, the numbers. Monthly rental income is 34,700. The expenses are 31,000, rounding up. And then the profit is 3,717, and that gives me an ROI. This is not a not an effective yield. This is the the gross yield.
This
So
is the
not
this is
gross,
the net yield. Your
the
ROI
net
is your
yield.
net
Yes,
yield.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
That's my net yield, not my effective yield. My effective
correct.
yield is around 15, 16%. So still
Yeah.
good. Got 100% financing from the bank. Yeah, and actually at
And you've
point two
got,
less than prime.
sorry, Mongezi, you've got already multiple properties in your portfolio,
Yes,
and you got now 100% financing.
yes, yes. So
So that's sorry to interrupt, but that, guys, is such an important fact that's why property is attractive. If you've got a good credit score and you've got a decent salary, you can get 100% finance, and you don't have to put that much money down. That's amazing work, Mongezi.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, so I keep my eye on my credit score. I try by all means not to have clothing accounts and anything unnecessary. Always try whatever I add onto my expenses, I need to be able to cover it without too much strain. So that's one trick that worked for me. You have to keep your eye on your credit score.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
also just want to make note here, guys. You can see he's got a line item here for provisions. 8,500. That's a lot of provisions. And the reason why he's put a lot of provisions there is for maintenance and for vacancy.
yeah.
When you have 11 people using the bedroom door and opening and closing, you're going to change your locks every 6 months. That's probably the most common expense that I have, is changing of locks. You're going to need to repaint the property every now and again. You need to have cleaning services. And in the vacancy, you got to prepare for those 2 months where you're not going to have any rental income. So, he's seeing a true reflection of what his profit will be because he's taken all of that provision off the table already.
Yeah, yeah. No, thanks for that. So yeah, lessons learned. The value of a good coach. You cannot emphasize the value of a good coach. I think I went. There was a deal that almost it was 5-2. Being signed by everyone, and actually it was signed by both parties. I just did a property inspection as per the lessons from the coach, and unfortunately the wall was actually slipping, so the foundation had actually moved, and so I would have actually just bought that property and ran in if it was not for a coach. So I had to walk away from that deal for that, and I was down for like a few months after that. Cried on my coach's shoulder, and he had to yeah, gather me and tell me, hey, go again. And another one, just a funny one, if you guys can all see the text there. So once I got the 100% finance, because you do your numbers at 80% LTV. So I WhatsApp the coach and I say, look, I got 100% bond. What must I do? Then he laughs at me and he says, take it. So yeah, that's when I realized, I'd snap out of it. You have to rerun your numbers, make sure that everything still works. And that's the value of a good coach.
You know what's
You get
great,
to
Mongezi, is you ran the numbers at 80% loan to value at, I think it was 10% interest,
yeah,
and you got 100% finance and 7.3% interest. So you just
yeah,
walked away with so much additional profit. It's amazing.
yeah. No, thanks, coach. Thanks. So yeah, so the value of a good coach. The biggest thing when it comes to a coach is that, as I said, Lawrence's YouTube channel, the books, all the information you need, the technical information is there. But your emotions and your fears and so on, that's where you need a coach to help you get over that. um, 1.7 is a number that I never thought I'd put an offer on, while having another property that was also around those marks. But the value of a coach is to actually get you over that fear, to say, hey, if the numbers are making sense, go for it. Then another thing you'll need is persistence and perseverance. As I said, so many deals came close but failed. I think I've been to Peter Maritzburg so many times that I know the streets of by by heart now. And then yeah, you have to take massive action. There's no other way. You have to take the action.